it's time to crash a 1200 and teach you how to do that. Are you ready? Let's go. Here we are, I'm playing an Italian guy and I'm with black. What can I play? Let me think. Let's stick with the card cam for today. I'm better with the French, but because I don't know any line of the card can, which might be a problem against 2100s, but yeah, today shouldn't be such a big problem. And in this series, I play opening that I don't usually play because this way you can see that you can beat player at this level and also at a much higher level without any theory, just using logic and playing with your brain without playing stupid moves, let's say. For example, I can just say that he is playing really slow. This move doesn't do too much. Yeah, it's preventing my bishop on before, but now I can keep developing. And I mean, the knight on c3, I don't like it too much. I prefer playing c3. So let's see. I play this move and I could play c5 in the future. Before doing that, I prefer to develop my pieces. So now I play h6 because my plan is to develop the knight on e7, put the bishop on h7 and put the knight on g6 or on f5 and then develop my bishop on e7. So I'm playing logically, I'm trying to develop every piece I have and I develop minor pieces before the major pieces. Now this move is not that great because I mean, the point on the card can is just to put the light square out, and if I can create it early on, we are just doing exactly what I wanted. So probably was better playing bishop on e2 than this. Now I just played, he has to capture back and lose the time, and now I can play knight on g6 or knight on f5, probably knight on g6. Because after I play c5, this pawn becomes really weak. Yeah, now he play b4, preventing this push, but at this point, this pawn is a new weakness, and I can target it by playing a5. So I changed the plan. My plan was to develop pieces and castle short, but after he played this, my plan changed. So I changed the plan based on the position. He played a move that changed all the structure and create a new weaknesses, and now I decide to target these new weaknesses in order to gain some advantage, because if he take, well, the rook opens up. If he does nothing, he loses a pawn, because if he cuts back, I just take the rook. And if he pushes, now this square is much stronger, is a really good outpost, because if I put a knight there, he does not have the b pawn that can make it go away. So now I just win the pawn. Yeah, I'm a bit down on development, but I don't think that's a big problem. I just play bishop on e7, or I also take that pawn, and yeah, but then he can just capture it back. So yeah, I just play like this. Yeah, he's just developing pieces, trying to play logically. I could play c5, but before doing that, I could also play knight on b6, but I just want to castle now. If I castle, is a problem? No, I don't think so. So I castle, and solid, and now I can play c5. I take this pawn now. Now this is a free pawn. Now I'm up 2 pawns. So my plan was to play c5, but now that I have this pawn on a3, my plan changed again, because now I want to support this pawn in order not to lose it. So I want to play b5 and b4. And now it has to change again, because if I play b5, I just can't. So if I take this pawn, I feel like I'm not accomplishing too much, but I might be wrong, because if I take this pawn, it's going to take back with the queen. I can attack the queen with the knight and put the knight in a good place. Otherwise, I could also play knight on b6 now, targeting this pawn. But then he can actually push and block me, so yeah, I like this move. Also, the queen was targeting, I mean, the king side. So this might be better, so there is less pressure on the king side. And now I just want to put the knight on a good square and be happy. Now this is a weakness, but I'm just going to put the knight on d5, so it might be a future weakness, or I can just target it with c5. I can't do that now because I lose the pawn on b7. So what can I do? Let's play queen on c7, defending the pawn, and then I can move the knight. If he doubles rook, I guess I have to move the knight. Doubles rook. Yeah, now. Take and develop the knight. Why not? With tempo, which is important. If you can do something with tempo, it's better. So I just decided to play this way because I got an advantage from that, because I played it with tempo. I'm up 2 pawns, he has to lose another tempo. He can't take this pawn because, I mean, he loses the queen. He can't take it, but he loses the queen, so it's not clever. If you take it with the rook, he loses the queen this way. So he can't. So this pawn is still safe. Now, I might lose it. Does not look so solid. But I still up a pawn after that. And maybe I can lose this pawn and play on some counter play. Well, now I can just defend it. Don't see why I shouldn't. The pawn is defended and I'm threatening a queen played. Maybe I don't want to. Let's see. I would like to play b5 and b4, but then I have to consider that the pawn on c6 is weak. So I have to be careful, just a bit careful. Another important thing is see if all your pieces are playing and if there is some piece that could be in a better position. This knight is on g6 from quite a lot of moves. I don't like the knight on g6, it's not doing anything, so I want to move it in another place. I can try, I was saying, I can try to play knight on f4. This pawn is not hanging. Yes, I think I can do that now because it's also with tempo, and it shouldn't be bad. So I have a knight that is in a better position now, and the knight are defending each other, so I shouldn't have that many problems. And now I can play b5, and I want to play b4 in the future. This pawn is weak, but I can defend it. And if I can play b4 successfully, I shouldn't have that many problems, honestly. And now it might be time to play something. Also, after b4, I have a new outpost for my knight, and I keep getting closer to his king, which obviously is a good thing. Yeah. Also, if he moves this knight, there is this fork. So I could think about some tactic in the future, not now. Now, I just, I mean, all my pieces are playing except this rook, so why not to activate the rook? All my pieces are playing now. Alright, so he played this move, which I don't really understand. I don't get this move. Now, I just want to push, as I said, and I don't see the problem. This move is really slow, and the queen was stronger where it was. So his plan was to do that, and have a queen on d2. Yeah, I guess I don't even care about this queen on d2. Now, I could play this, no, I couldn't play this. Now, what I'm thinking is to play b3. If I play b3, if I have a chance, I'm going to play queens. If you take my queen, I'm going to take back with the rook, and I have these two strong pawns. This is not hanging. My queen is defended. Everything is okay. The knight is defended. Yeah, trading just benefits me, and now I'm threatening a fork with the pawn, so he has to do something with that. He shouldn't keep trading. And remember, if you move this knight, I have the fork. Now I don't have a fork. But as I said, you shouldn't keep trading. I just take this rook, now I'm completely winning, because there isn't too much I can do now. This pawn is hanging, I can defend it or push it. I prefer pushing it because I saw that if I push this pawn, I'm threatening to push the pawn on b2, and if he take back, I'm going to make a queen and win the rook, so he can't. And this is hopeless. He can try to defend with the knight, but yeah, I guess my piece are strong enough to come back in time and defend these pawns. And if they are not, I have a lot of counterplay. Now, I can't play this because the square is defended. What I can play though is just rook on b8. And now I can actually play this. And I don't see why not. If he take, I make a queen. And he has to sack the knight. So now I'm also up a piece. Now. This is important. I need to take pieces, and what can I do? Now this is weak, so I could actually attack it somehow. This rook is a bit annoying. So I'm going to play knight on d4. Because he's targeting this pawn, he's targeting this pawn, he's targeting this pawn, he's doing a lot of things. The knight there is really strong and targeting a lot of things. Also, in conjunction with rook on b2, I'm going to target this pawn 2 times, which looks really good. He has these 2 weak pawn that are targets now. And I can take this, and the pawn is defended. He can't play f4 because I just take it. Now, if I can take this pawn, it's a 100% win, because it's the only thing that is blocking this passed pawn, and that is taking some important space. There's an important square where he can put a strong knight there, so if I can take this pawn, the position is hopeless. Everything is defended again, so I guess I'm just playing this. Targeting the pawn. Yeah, now it's time to defend it. Wasted the time though. I can try to target the knight somehow. So let's try a move like this. I mean, it's nothing special. I just want to play nice. I don't care if I have double pawns. If I can play knight, it's over. This pawn is hanging. You can play f4. Yeah, I'm not going to sack a piece. I can just wait. Just unpin the king. You never know. Yeah, if you play f4, I just play knight on c3, targeting this pawn 2 times. And now I can just win the pawn. Easy stuff. Now I can try to target something on the king side. This loses a pawn. We check. I mean, if there is no need to sack a piece, you shouldn't sack a piece, honestly. Unless, let's say, he doesn't have a rook, and I want to make it really simple. Yes, I can sack. There is no problem. Let's gain some space. The king can't go on g4. Let's give a check to save the knight. And let's push this pawn to queen it. If I try to attack this pawn, it's going to take this, so it's better to just push this pawn and make a queen. Now I can attack the pawn because nothing is attacked. And I'm saving the king from whatever check he has. If he goes back, well, now I take it, I don't care. Yeah. I can just take this. He has no deaths. This is hanging, I push. And it's the only thing hanging in my position. Now rook on c1, so my pawn can go forward and it's defended, and I want to put my rook somewhere else after the pawn is on c2, so I can probably give a check and make a queen. Yeah, but this pawn is not a problem. Now every pawn I have is defended, and there is no way I can lose a position like this. Yeah, I don't know what that does. I just keep pushing. Again, pushing. And I that I need to give him a check and make a queen. Give him a check and make a queen. If his hack is not stalemate, and remember to calculate that before. I know it's not easy to see his hack, that makes no sense, but just to be sure you don't get stalemated. Yeah, good game. I don't think my opponent played badly, but his problem is that he still don't know. He still lacks in positional understanding, and as you saw, he lost many moves. He played moves that create new weaknesses, and I'm strong enough to understand that and to play on that and win. Now, how can you develop this understanding of the position? First, watch my videos, and second, you have to keep playing a lot. You have to keep going with the grind, as I did, and as I keep doing, because I want to reach 2200, and you know, it takes a lot of time and energy. So let's hope we are getting better together, and see you to the next video.